Welcome to the lecture series in computer science. We are seeing a series of lectures in the subject Agile methodologies. We will be discussing about two different methodologies. The first methodology is on lean development, the other methodology is on adaptive software development, which is as well called as, in short it is called as ASD, and lean development, in short it is called as LD. So, let us now see the contents of this session. We will be seeing the idea behind the lean software development methodology, and then we will see the model that has been followed in this lean development. We will as well see the principles in lean software development, and then we will as well see the tools and techniques that are used in lean development, and then we will see the scope and output that is expected when working with a lean software development. Then we will go into the second methodology, that is called as adaptive software development. In the adaptive software development, we will see what an adaptive software development is, we will see the characteristics of an adaptive software development, we will see the life cycle phases in this adaptive software development, and then we will as well see the practices used in this adaptive software development. My dear students, when it has been called as ASD, many people have an intention of stating it as agile software development, but agile software development is different and this agile software development is different, which means this adaptive software development, it is one of the agile methodology that is followed in an agile software development. So, when people are going to question you, when they are going to say it as ASD, you should be doubly cautious whether they are speaking about a methodology or whether they are speaking about a development model, a development process. So, when they are going to speak about a development process, it is agile software development process, whereas when they are going to speak about a methodology and agile methodology, it is adaptive software development. Adaptive software development is a methodology that has been followed in this agile software. Now, let us see the idea behind using a lean development. Lean software development is based on optimizing the development time and resources, eliminating waste, and ultimately delivering only what the project needs. So, you eliminate all waste, you deliver whatever has been asked, whatever the product requires, you are going to deliver only that. You are not going to deliver anything additional or anything less than whatever has been asked. Then the lean development philosophy is based on the adoption of radical change tolerant approach to risk leadership in software development. The lean, it means creating more value for customers with very few resources. With lesser resource, you give more value to the customer. You make the customer delighted rather than making him satisfied. I suppose you might be knowing the difference between delight and satisfied. Satisfied is you do whatever the customer asks. Delight is you make him more and more happy by delivering the product at exact time and with fewer resource. When you are able to deliver the product, both the customer will be happy as well your organization will also be happy, because you have used very limited resource and you have achieved the result at a very short span. So, it will be something like a win-win successful model. Then this lean organization understands customer value and focuses its key processes to continuously increase it. The ultimate goal of using a lean development is to provide perfect value to the customer through a perfect value creation process that has zero waste. What do you mean by zero waste? Usually when you create a software, you will be having few kind of waste. So, here the primary motive of using a lean development is to eliminate waste. That is one of the principle too. Then this is the idea behind lean development. Now, let us see the model that is followed in lean development. creation of visible customer value rapidly, which means you value the customer needs, you give him, you prioritize whatever he asks, you try to deliver it, you deliver it in time or before time, not even after time, and you deliver it on a fast paced basis, on a rapid basis. Then you build change tolerant software, the software which is tolerant or which is resistant to changes, wherein in the software when the changes are being made your software will be working. So, you build such a software which has change tolerance. Then you create only necessary functionality, whatever is needed only that you are going to create. Then the developed software will be, it should be aggressive, it should be stubborn in meeting the lean development's overall goals. So, this is which has been followed in the lean. Now, let us see the principles that are available in this lean development. There are totally 7 principles available in this lean development. My dear students, as far as the lean development is concerned, wherever you go, when you have been questioned, you will be asked to list these 7 principles, and if you are going to list it correctly, you will be asked to explain those 7 principles. So, as a first principle, you have eliminate waste. The first principle is eliminating the waste. So, which means in software development, you are going to develop a software with very few resources, and you are going to deliver the product to the customer, and you are going to deliver whatever has been needed. You are going to develop whatever has been asked, whatever has been needed. So, by way you are going to eliminate the waste. Then this is said to be principle number 1. As far as the principle number 2 is concerned, you have to eliminate the waste, you are supposed to empower the team. When the team is empowered, when the team is trained, then when you have an experienced team, definitely you can give a good product, you can satisfy the needs of the customer. So, the second principle is empowering the team. The third principle is, as I said in the previous slide, you need to deliver it at a rapid pace, at a faster pace. So, that is called as deliver fast is said to be the third principle. As far as the fourth principle is concerned, whatever you deliver, you are supposed to optimize the software. So, optimizing the software as a whole, or it is this lean development is as well used in the manufacturing sectors too. It is not limited only to the software development area. So, it is as well applied in the manufacturing area too. So, in manufacturing sectors you will be developing, you will be delivering a product. In software organizations you will be delivering a software. So, whatever you develop, whether you develop it as a manufacturing product, an iron made product, or whether you are going to deliver it as a software, whatever you deliver, the product, it has to be optimized. The entire product has to be optimized. So, optimize the whole is said to be the fourth principle. Then let us see the fifth principle. The fifth principle is build quality in. Whatever product that you deliver, you should ensure that it has the best in quality, it has very low defects, it should not possess any defect or a very meager defects. So, when you are going to ensure that, definitely the quality will be ensured. So, build quality in is the fifth principle. Then sixth principle is defer decisions. Defer decisions denote you have a feature for as long as possible, for many weeks or to many months, even till the end of the software, you have the software, because you have a feature which you have already developed, and if you are not going to use it also, you are not going to discard it. You will be keeping it for a pretty longer time, so that you defer decision, and it is also one of the key principle in lean. Then whatever you learn, even you may be an experienced person who is working with the lean development, but your experience will get increased by day to day learnings. So whatever you learn, you enhance your learning. So amplify learning is the seventh principle that is followed in this lean development. So these are the 7 principles. I will list it out again at a faster pace. First principle, principle number 1, eliminate waste. 2, empower the team. 3, deliver fast. 4, optimize the whole. 5th, build quality in. 6th, defer decision. 7, amplify learning. So these are the key principles that is followed in this lean development. Then let us see the tools and techniques that are used in a lean development. The first and foremost tool is said to be Kaizen. Kaizen is a tool which is used for continuous process improvement. It is a Japanese tool which is used to give continuous improvement. See, you have delivered something, but next time when you are going to deliver, it should be an incremental release. Rather than being a small release, you are supposed to give an incremental release. Incremental releases from the release that you have made at the previous version, here you do some increments, you do some enhancements, and you deliver it, and you improve the process continuously. That is called as continuous process improvement. That tool, the name of the tool is called as Kaizen. The next tool is said to be 5S. 5S denotes sorting. Sort, set, shine, standardize, and sustain. Whatever you are going to deliver it as a product to the customer, and you need to prioritize. Whatever the customer is going to ask you the end product, but you are going to deliver it in small increments. So when you are going to deliver it in small increments, whatever you are going to deliver, those small features have to be prioritized, for which it is to be sorted in order, and then you have to keep your mindset fixed to deliver, and whatever you deliver, you need to deliver it based on the need. So and then you need to follow certain standards, and then you need to sustain. The software that has been delivered should be prepared for changes. That is the reason we call it as change tolerance. Then that is, so 5S is one of the tool. The other tool is said to be Kanban. Kanban, it manages work by balancing demands with available capacity and handles bottlenecks effectively. Then the next tool is called as Focus PDCA. PDCA, what does it mean? You would have heard of somewhere, even in your subject called as Total Quality Management. PDCA denotes plan, do, check, act. So first of all, you are supposed to plan, and you are supposed to do whatever has been planned. You are supposed to check whatever you have done, whether you have done it correctly or not, and then you have to act accordingly. Supposing if it is wrong, supposing we are going to revamp the design, then you revamp, then you replan, then you redo the work, then you recheck, then you act. So plan, do, check, act. So that Focus PDCA is also one of the tool. Then let us see the techniques that are used in this feature driven development. Value analysis process is used to prove the value of every artifact. Here you are going to deliver the artifacts. So rapid delivery of product is another technique that races with changing requirements. The faster the product is delivered, the least the change in requirements. The most fast that you deliver, the very least in change in requirements. So this is the tools and techniques that is followed in lean development. Then let us see the scope and output of lean software development. The scope is for any software development project where there is a need for a radical change, The scope for this approach is focused at company chief executive officer, CEO of the company, No team size is specified because lean development is more of a software development management philosophy than methodology. It is a software development, it acts as a software development management philosophy rather than a methodology. Artifacts. The artifacts are released incrementally as the customer requests before the final end product that has been delivered. So, this is the scope and output of a lean development. Then let us go to the second methodology called as adaptive software development methodology. This adaptive software development, it has evolved from the traditional life cycle model. You would have seen one methodology called as rapid application development model. You would have seen a model called rapid application development model. In short, it is called as a RAD model. RAD model is suitable for delivering a fast paced projects which has a very small duration of length. It is the entire product is been delivered within a span of 30 days to 90 days time. Similarly, this ASD in Agile, it has evolved from the RAD practices. This adaptive software development is a method to build complex software and system. Adaptive software development focuses on human collaboration and self-organization. Adaptive software development life cycle focuses on results and it does not focus on task, and the results are identified as application features. Each and every feature that you deliver it to the customer, it is called as an application feature. This adaptive software development is published by Jim Highsmith in the year 2000. Adaptive software development practices provide ability to accommodate change and are adaptable in turbulent environments, with product evolving with little planning and learning. And that is the reason in this adaptive software development you do not plan, you speculate. We will see what speculation is shortly. Here let us now see the characteristics of adaptive software development. This adaptive software development is mission focused, it is based on features, it is iterative, it is time boxed. What do you mean by time boxed? As I said initially, this has been evolved from the RAD practices. RAD practices by itself, it is a model that you work on for a project which has a very short duration. So, again even here the feature application that you are going to deliver it to the client, it should be of very less duration. So, that is the reason the characteristic of ASD is states that it is time boxed. Then it is risk driven. Why do I say it as a risk driven? Because you work this adaptive software development, you use this adaptive software development in a turbulent environment. So, it is risk driven. The application feature that is being delivered using this adaptive software development is change tolerant. So, these are some of the characteristics of an adaptive software development. Now, let us see the phases in adaptive software development. You have only 3 different phases. The main phase you call it as speculate, learn and collaborate. I repeat, the phases of adaptive software development is of 3 phases: speculate, learn and collaborate. So, now what is speculate? Usually you have seen as planning, but here you have seen it as speculate. Why do we use the term called speculate? In adaptive software development, the term plan is replaced by the term speculate. While speculating, the team does not abandon planning, but it acknowledges the reality of uncertainty in complex projects or complex problems. Speculate encourages exploration and experimentation. Iterations in adaptive software development are done with short cycles, because the application feature that itself, when you are going to deliver it to the client end, the entire product itself will have a very short duration, and in which when you are going to deliver the application feature, it will be delivered at a very short duration. So, definitely the iterations will have very short cycles. So, this is what a speculate determines. Then now let us see what learn and collaborate means. As the term specifies learn and collaborate, learning is wherever you go you need to learn. If you want to flourish, if you want to shine well, you are supposed to learn a lot. So, team has to enhance their knowledge constantly using practices such as by doing technical reviews, project retrospective, customer focus groups. What is a technical review? Review is whatever you have done, you check again and again whatever feature that you have developed before giving it to the client, and you check it again and again. So, that is what you do review. So, you learn from the defects, you learn from the errors, whatever you learn from the bugs that has arrived. So, you make all sort of reviews. Such review you call it as a technical review. Then project retrospective. What do you mean by retrospective? What is the difference between retrospect and introspect? Introspect is learning from oneself, learning from the mistakes that we have made. Retrospect is learning from experiences, learning from the mistakes that others have committed. If there is a similar project that has been delivered some few months before, and there was certain flaws when you are going to deliver it as a product, now when you are going to deliver a similar product, then you would have learnt from the mistakes, and you will see to that the same mistakes are not committed again in your project development. That is called as project retrospective, learning from experience. So, project retrospective. Then third one is customer focus groups. You are supposed to create groups, customer groups, groups that solve the customer needs. So, whatever the customer requirement is, it is your responsibility to solve it, to provide a solution, to give it as a product, to give it as a feature to him before delivering an end product. So, the group that has been created is called as the customer focus groups. Then collaboration. Now you have learnt, we will move on to collaboration. Collaborate would require the ability to work jointly to produce results, to share knowledge, or to make announced decisions. Then that is what learn and collaborate is about. Let us now mix all those speculate, learn and collaborate. It is difficult to collaborate without learning, because when you want to learn, when you make a group study, even when you are studying, when you make a group study, you will say some concept, your friend will say another concept, and so that you can learn more. Similarly here, when you are going to learn, you have to collaborate. So, it is difficult to collaborate without learning, or to learn without collaborating. The other point is, it is difficult to speculate without learning, or to learn without speculating. The one other point is, it is difficult to speculate without collaborating, or to collaborate without speculating. So, these are the 3 points that you need to take into consideration. Then let us see the practices that are adopted in the adaptive software development. Here in this you have the project initiation. In the project initiation, wherein this project initiation and this adaptive cycle planning, you speculate. Project is initiated, you plan for adaptive cycle. So, when you are going to have this adaptive cycle planning, apart from planning, you acknowledge the plan, you acknowledge the complexity, you try to get the uncertainties. So, when you are going to get such things, you call it as speculate. After the project initialization, you do adaptive cycle planning, then you start creating components concurrently. How do you do concurrently? It is because you have collaborated. It is because your team members are collaborated, work in a collaborative means. So, you collaborate and you do concurrent component engineering, and then after you collaborate, you make a quality review. When you do quality review, you learn a lot. So, this adaptive cycle planning, this quality review, when you are going to make a quality review, when there is a flaw, when there is a fault, then again you go over here, you go to this adaptive cycle planning, you make your plans, then you again create your components using concurrent means, and then again you review. So, here when you are going to do concurrent features, when you are going to deliver it, you collaborate. Here when you do review, you learn, and here when you plan things, you speculate. So, after quality review, you do a quality assurance check, and you give a final quality assurance check, and you release the product or a feature application to the customer. So, these are the practices that are adopted in adaptive software development. Now, let us summarize this session. We saw about the lean development, we saw two different methodologies. We saw about the lean development, the idea behind lean software development. We saw the model that has been followed in this lean development, and then we saw the principles that are being used in this lean development. My dear students, I am not often using the term lean software development, because this lean development is as well used in the manufacturing industries, and also it is also used in software industries. Apart from software development, it is as well used in the manufacturing industries. So, we have seen the principles used in lean development, the tools and techniques that were used in this lean development. As well, we have seen the scope of lean development and the output that was expected by using this lean development. And then we went on to the second one called the adaptive software development, and we saw who framed the adaptive software development, what is this adaptive software development is about. And my dear students, this adaptive software development approach, it is highly common in countries like New Zealand and Netherlands. So, we saw about this adaptive software development, and then we saw about the characteristics of adaptive software development. We as well saw the phases available in this adaptive software development. I suppose you might be remembering the phases in adaptive software development. We have three different phases. One is called as speculate, second one is learn, third one is collaborate. So, you cannot learn without speculating, you cannot speculate without learning, you cannot collaborate without learning, you cannot learn without collaborating, you cannot speculate without collaborating, you cannot collaborate without speculating. So, you are supposed to understand all these terms. Then we saw, after seeing the phases in adaptive software development, we saw the practices in adaptive software development. Thank you.